Life in the UK test number 10. What is a responsibility that you will have as a citizen or permanent resident of the UK? To avoid shopping on a Sunday. To grow your own vegetables. To keep your dog on a lead at all times. To look after yourself and your family. Correct answer: to look after yourself and your family. Explanation: if you wish to be a permanent resident or citizen of the UK, you should respect and obey the law. Respect the rights of others, including their right to their own opinions. Treat others with fairness. Look after yourself and your family. Look after the area in which you live and the environment. Is the following statement true or false? There is no place in British society for extremism or intolerance. False. True. Correct answer: true. Explanation: there is no place in British society for extremism or intolerance. Which of these statements is correct? The Industrial Revolution is the name given to the rapid development of industry in Britain in the 20th century. The Industrial Revolution is the name given to the rapid development of industry that began in the 18th century. Correct answer: the Industrial Revolution is the name given to the rapid development of industry that began in the 18th century. Explanation: the Industrial Revolution was the rapid development of industry in Britain in the 18th and 19th centuries. What special type of windows did many cathedrals built in the Middle Ages have? Arched, mullioned, sash, stained glass. Correct answer: stained glass. Explanation: several of the cathedrals had windows of stained glass, telling stories about the Bible and Christian saints. The glass in York Minster is a famous example. How did Jane Seymour die? Old age. She was executed. The plague. Following childbirth. Correct answer: following childbirth. Explanation: Jane Seymour. Henry married Jane after Anne's execution. She gave Henry the son he wanted, Edward, but she died shortly after the birth. Which two were great thinkers of the Enlightenment? Adam Smith, David Hume, Robert Burns, Robert Louis Stevenson. Correct answer: Adam Smith. David Hume. Explanation: many of the great thinkers of the Enlightenment were Scottish. Adam Smith developed ideas about economics which are still referred to today. David Hume's ideas about human nature continue to influence philosophers. Hadrian's Wall was built to keep out whom? The Irish, the Picts, the Vikings, the Welsh. Correct answer: the Picts. Explanation: areas of what is now Scotland were never conquered by the Romans, and the Emperor Hadrian built a wall in the north of England to keep out the Picts, ancestors of the Scottish people. What happened to Margaret Thatcher in 1979 to make her famous in UK history? She became a High Court judge. She became the first woman Prime Minister. She took part in the Olympics. She was made a general in the British Army. Correct answer: she became the first woman Prime Minister. Explanation: following the Conservative victory in the general election in 1979, Margaret Thatcher became the first woman Prime Minister of the UK. Sarkadeen Muhammad opened which establishment in George Street, London in 1810? Hindustan Coffee House, Muhammad Coffee House, Muhammad Shampoo Parlour, Pakistan Curry House. Correct answer: Hindustan Coffee House. Explanation: Muhammad was born in 1759 and grew up in the Bengal region of India. He served in the Bengal Army and came to Britain in 1782. He then moved to Ireland and eloped with an Irish girl called Jane Daly in 1786, returning to England at the turn of the century. In 1810 he opened the Hindustan Coffee House in George Street, London. It was the first curry house to open in Britain. Is the statement below true or false? Richard Arkwright developed horse-driven spinning mills that used only one machine, increasing efficiency and production. False. True. Correct answer, true. Explanation. Born in 1732, Arkwright originally trained and worked as a barber. He was able to dye hair and make wigs. When wigs became less popular, he started to work in textiles. He improved the original carding machine. Carding is the process of preparing fibers for spinning into yarn and fabric. He also developed horse-driven spinning mills that used only one machine. This increased the efficiency of production. Later, he used the steam engine to power machinery. Arkwright is particularly remembered for the efficient and profitable way that he ran his factories. Is the statement below true or false? In the Middle Ages, England's system of common law was established by referring to previous decisions and tradition. False. True. Correct answer, true. Explanation. This was also a time of development in the legal system. The principle that judges are independent of the government began to be established. In England, judges developed common law by a process of precedence, that is, following previous decisions and tradition. What are small Scottish farms also known as? Bothies, crofts, hamlets, homesteads. Correct answer, crofts. Explanation. A process began which became known as the Highland clearances. Many Scottish landlords destroyed individual small farms, known as crofts, to make space for large flocks of sheep and cattle. What did Iron Age people sometimes defend? Castles, hill forts, long walls. None of the above. Correct answer, hill forts. Explanation. The Bronze Age was followed by the Iron Age, when people learned how to make weapons and tools out of iron. People still lived in roundhouses, grouped together into larger settlements, and sometimes defended sites called hill forts. What were women campaigning for the right to vote known as? Democrats, feminists, suffragettes, vitettes. Correct answer, suffragettes. Explanation. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, an increasing number of women campaigned and demonstrated for greater rights and, in particular, the right to vote. They formed the women's suffrage movement and became known as suffragettes. Is the statement below true or false? Sarkar-e-Din Muhammad was born in 1759 and grew up in the Bengal religion of India. False. True. Correct answer, true. Explanation. Muhammad was born in 1759 and grew up in the Bengal region of India. In 1348, a third of the populations of England, Wales and Scotland died as a result of which plague? The Black Death, the Blue Death, the Green Death, the White Death. Correct answer, the Black Death. Explanation. In 1348, a disease, probably a form of plague, came to Britain. This was known as the Black Death. 1/3 of the population of England died, and a similar proportion in Scotland and Wales. Which event occurs each year on the third Sunday in June? Boxing Day, Father's Day, Halloween, Remembrance Day. Correct answer, Father's Day. Explanation. Father's Day is the third Sunday in June. Children send cards or buy gifts for their fathers. In which language was the Canterbury Tales written? English, French, Scottish Gaelic, Welsh. Correct answer, English. Explanation. British poetry is among the richest in the world. The Anglo-Saxon poem Beowulf tells of its heroes' battles against monsters and is still translated into modern English. Poems which survive from the Middle Ages include Chaucer's Canterbury Tales and a poem called Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, about one of the knights of the court of King Arthur. What festival is celebrated on the 31st of October? Bonfire Night, Halloween, Hogmanay, Valentine's Day. Correct answer, Halloween. Explanation. Halloween, the 31st of October, is an ancient festival and has roots in the pagan festival to mark the beginning of winter. Young people will often dress up in frightening costumes to play trick or treat. People give them treats to stop them playing tricks on them. A lot of people carve lanterns out of pumpkins and put a candle inside. Which of these statements is correct? Murder, assault and theft are crimes. Murder, assault and theft are examples of civil disputes. Correct answer: murder, assault and theft are crimes. Explanation: there are many that apply in most countries, such as murder, theft and assault. You can find out more about types of crime in the UK at www.gov.uk. Which two things can you do to look after the environment? Drive your car as much as possible. Never turn the lights off in your house. Recycle your waste. Walk and use public transport to get around. Correct answer: walk and use public transport to get around. Recycle your waste. Explanation: it's important to recycle as much of your waste as you can. Using recycled materials to make new products uses less energy and means that we do not need to extract more raw materials from the earth. Walking and using public transport to get around when you can is also a good way to protect the environment. It means that you create less pollution than when you use a car. Which of these statements is correct? In the UK, organ donation is a legal requirement. In the UK, organ donation is voluntary. Correct answer: in the UK, organ donation is voluntary. Explanation: if you register to be an organ donor, it can make it easier for your family to decide whether to donate your organs when you die. You can register to be an organ donor at www.organdonation.nhs.uk. Living people can also donate a kidney. Who do some local councils appoint as a ceremonial leader? A local business leader, a local celebrity, a mayor, a member of the royal family. Correct answer: a mayor. Explanation: many local authorities appoint a mayor, who is the ceremonial leader of the council. Who is the head of state? Prince Philip, the President, the Prime Minister, the Queen. Correct answer: the Queen. Explanation: the Queen has an important role in providing stability and continuity. While governments and prime ministers change regularly, the Queen continues as head of state. She provides a focus for national identity and pride, which was demonstrated through the celebrations of her Jubilee.